What's up, y'all? What's up? Let's change the light color. Let's change the vibes in here. Let's see. Let's go with, yeah, I like that. Nah, I don't like that. Oh. Bang. Let's go there. What up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm in the comments right now. What up, man? What up, Robin? What up? What up, Misfortune? What up, y'all? What up? What up? How y'all doing? Tonight, I just got off of Facebook and I talked about breaking your own heart, ways that we do it. And I just want to do something right now. I just want to speak to y'all soul a little bit, and just kind of help you rest well tonight, maybe. You know, these are things that I do tell myself. But I just want to focus on something in your life that you need to release. And you don't have to close your eyes. It won't be a protect your peace moment like that. But I just want to speak to your heart. What up, y'all? Thanks for buying the badges. I appreciate the love and support. Yeah, if you feel this, man, if it touched your heart, send me a heart in my DM so I'll know. Let me spend a little bit more time in the comments before I get started. Let me say hi to y'all. I do have the self-worth method that's releasing later this month. So many people are asking about it. Yes, it's about understanding your worth and living your worth and knowing your worth. It's a program that I'm super excited about, that it will be limited, but it will be life-changing for so many people. You know, self-worth is my thing. It's my jam since 12 years ago. So I'm super excited to be able to teach this. But I want to go ahead and talk about hold on one second, y'all. Give me 1 second. What up, y'all? What up? What up? Give me 1 second. There we go. All right. Yeah, I'll give y'all details later on that. And I might bring some people on live too after this, just to chop it up with y'all. But I want to focus on release. I have a process called the rehab process that I've been teaching for the last decade. I'm even teaching even more now. And literally, it's tools that will transform your life. And one of those tools is the word release. And it's a process that I walk so many people through from so many different walks of life. It's a process that I try to walk myself through every day of my life. Sometimes I don't do it, just being real, being human. But release is a special, special thing, because anything in life, if we keep too much in us, we need to release. I mean, you even think about, it's probably TMI, but you think about yourself, your body releases, right? I'm in the sauna, or was in the sauna. It's off now because the phone overheats, but I released a lot of toxins, right? There's things in our life that we have to let go of. There's things in our life that we have to release, because some of us on this live right now, as I speak to your heart and your soul, and maybe you're not here right now, maybe you've been here, maybe you will be there. I don't know. Maybe you have a friend that you can share this with right now that's going through a hard situation in his or her life. But some of us, we're holding on to things in our life that we need to let go of. You know, some of us, we're holding on to a past. We're holding on to a time. You know, I know as an athlete, I've seen so many athletes continue to talk about their past and they live there. I know I had that problem for so long because my identity was tied to that. And I held on to so many things in my past and I lived there, and I could never appreciate my present because I was so wrapped up into my past. Some of us right now, we're being chained to our past, right? Maybe something happened that was unfair to your life, something that you didn't deserve. Maybe somebody discredited you. Maybe you went through a hard relationship. Maybe you went through a job that transformed your life. Maybe you're going through a season of your life that sucked. Maybe last year with COVID, things changed and it seems like you can't break free. Maybe you're holding on to people, right? People that you truly care about, that you truly want to help, but they don't want to help themselves, that you see the good in them, but They don't see the good within themselves, that you want to change so bad, but they don't want to change themselves. And you're in this place of, do I let go? Or do I keep fighting for it? And the truth is, some of us on this live right now is that we've been fighting for it alone. And we're tired and we're exhausted, and you're holding on to something that you need to let go of. Maybe it's a dream. Maybe you're holding on to that dream in your life that really isn't meant for your life. But you can't see your life without it. And you're holding on, it's becoming heavy. Maybe you're holding on to anxiety and worry and depression. Maybe you're holding on to all these things that don't serve your life. And maybe your life is perfect. And if you're perfect, this live probably isn't for you, but maybe something I'm saying tonight resonates with you. And I just want you to sit with that for a moment. I want you to sit with that weight. Earlier today, I was carrying a kettlebell, and the kettlebell was only about 15 pounds, and the kettlebell was light for the first 2 minutes. But after 2 minutes, that kettlebell that was only 15 pounds seemed like 30 pounds. And as I kept holding on to it, that kettlebell seemed like 40 pounds, 50 pounds. The more I got tired from holding on to it, it seemed like that kettlebell got heavier and heavier and heavier. And the truth is, the kettlebell's weight didn't change. But what happened was I became weaker. And some of us were like me. And we have situations in our life that are like that kettlebell. Maybe it's not causing a lot of pain in your life right now. Maybe it's not causing a lot of hurt in your life right now. Maybe it doesn't feel as heavy right now. But we know what we stay involved with and stay involved in, we become more attached to. And the more we attach, the harder it is to detach from those situations. And some of us, like that kettlebell, what's happened is that thing has become heavy because we're holding on to it. I want you to feel that for a moment. I want you to feel that heaviness. Some of us on here, we're holding on, and rightfully so, to somebody in our life that's battling a sickness. And we just can't let go. Or maybe somebody has passed away in transition and we can't let go. We can't seem to move on. And we're carrying that burden of regret that's heavy. And the more we don't forgive ourselves, like that kettlebell, that regret gets heavier and heavier and heavier, the more we hold on to it. Just sit with that for a moment. I don't know if anybody can relate tonight. Maybe I'm just talking to myself. But if you can relate, send me a heart in my DM or drop a heart in the text right now, if you would like, if it's on your heart too. But I just want you to think about that for a moment. What are you holding on to that you need to let go of? Because if we don't release the things that need to be let go in our life, then we can't receive the things that's meant to heal our life. If we don't release the things that need to be let go in our life, then we can't receive the things that are meant to heal our life. I know a lot of y'all have seen that illustration where if you're holding on to something, how can God put something in your hand until you open your hand and let go of that something that you're holding on to? And that thing that you're holding on to, trust me, I know, it probably brings you comfort. Even though it's uncomfortable, it still brings you comfort. To know that you still have it. Maybe the hope that it will become lighter, the hope that it will change, and you hold on to it. Maybe you hold on to it because you don't know what your life would be without it. And you're afraid. You're afraid. You're afraid to walk into that new beginning. It's like walking into a new school for the first time. My son Tristan went to a new school last year, and I know he was so afraid because he didn't know anybody. He was so afraid to leave his old school, but he had to in order to grow. I know so many times in my life, I've transitioned places in my life, and I've been so afraid to go into that new because that old, even though it didn't serve my life, it was just familiar. And some of us were holding on. So the question that I ask you and ask your heart tonight and your soul tonight is, what are you holding on to that you need to let go of? I want you to feel that heaviness right now. Only for a little bit longer. Now what I want you to do right now, my friends, what I want you to do right now, Miss Paul, what I want you to do right now, Claudia, what I want you to do right now, Brenda, what I want you to do right now, Danielle, Kat, is now I want you to feel your life without holding that thing no more. I want you to feel your life releasing that worry, that anxiety, releasing. You might say, Trent, how do I release my anxiety? Well, you release it by not worrying about a future that you can't control. You focus on what you can control. You release it by practicing gratefulness in this moment and appreciation. You let go of anxiety and you hold on to appreciation. Because appreciation isn't a weight that gets heavier. Appreciation is a weight that actually lightens your life. But I want you to feel your life right now without that situation, without that thing, without that person, without that past, without that regret. And I want you to feel your life and how light it can be. Just like I felt when I let down that kettlebell finally. Release. There's certain bridges in your life that need to be burned, my friend. Because there's certain things that your life cannot afford to go back to. There's certain bridges in your life that need to be burned. Because there's certain things that your life cannot afford to go back to. I want to be quiet for like 30 seconds because I want you to think about that. So I don't know if you made a decision tonight or this helped you, but release is an important technique, an important tool that you must practice daily. You must ask yourself, what is crowding up my life where I can't feel anymore? I can't feel the day. I can't feel my peace. I can't feel my appreciation. That release is necessary in your life. And as we wrap this up, maybe I can get in here and ask questions. Hey, Will, I'm praying for you, brother. Just saw you lost your mom last week, man. Praying for you. Praying for you. And if you can, man, I want to send you an audio. I probably won't be able to find you, but if you send me a DM, hopefully I can find you, man, and just speak some life into you, bro. Because, I don't know your pain that you're dealing with, but I've experienced pain very similar. So I only can imagine, brother. I love you. But I want you to think about this. I want you to think about a gateway habit. A gateway habit that you can practice. And this is one of them, but I want you to think about a gateway habit that you can practice that's positive, that brings something in your life that's positive. Because a lot of us, we have gateway habits. What's a gateway? A gateway is, it leads to something else, right? A lot of us, we have negative gateway habits that we do. Maybe we grab our phone when we first wake up, and that negative gateway habit, I'm talking about myself, is it leads to other things that aren't good for my life. It leads to laziness. It leads to comparison. It leads to all these things, and it's a gateway habit that's negative. But as you guys know, because I share this moment with you, when I have my gateway habit of positivity by going to protect my peace in my hot tub or going to protect my peace right now, right? Talking to you guys and practicing gratitude before I sleep so I can win my night, so I can win my morning. Those things help. And I just want you to just think about that. Maybe you have a gateway habit that isn't good for your life, that's leading you to discrediting yourself more, that's leading you to things that you shouldn't be doing, people you shouldn't be around. Maybe you can make a change by putting a simple habit in your life that can help your life. So I appreciate y'all, man. I hope this touched your heart. I don't want to take too much of your night. I kind of do want to bring somebody on. Maybe I'll do some Q&A right now. Just right now. For y'all, I'll be in the comments. I know some of y'all might have to go to sleep and leave, but I'll stay on here as long as you guys want me on here. Well, not as long as you want me here, but I'll stay on here for a little bit longer. I do want to prematurely announce that I have a program that's coming out that I'm excited about. Y'all hear me talk about this all the time because it is the thing that y'all support me for, follow me for, self-worth. The self-worth method is done. It's been done. I've been holding on to it for about a year and I just haven't put it out. But now it's done and it will be out very soon. And I cannot wait to go on this journey with some of you. It's going to be incredible. So you guys will be hearing more about that. If you're a person that feels like they're not enough, you're a person that has felt like they wasn't enough, you're a person that doesn't know their worth, you're a person that struggles with, when you look in the mirror appreciating yourself, this program is going to change your freaking life. Change your freaking life. And I'm passionate about it because y'all know how I feel about self-worth. I believe it's everything. Because if you don't know thyself, right, you're going to accept whatever this world tries to put on you. So it won't be for a lot of people because I want to be hands-on with some of you. But you'll hear about that. So make sure you're in my text community. Make sure you're on my email list. If you aren't, go to my website, TrentShelton.com. Or just make sure you just tap in when I go live. Because you guys will hear more about that for those that want to take that journey. Something else that's coming, I will be doing an event in 2022. Yes, I'm coming back. So I will be doing one event probably in New York City. Because New York City is the biggest city for rehab time. You guys treat me like I'm a New Yorker. So we'll probably do one there or one in Texas because I live in Texas. We'll figure that out. So that's coming in 2022. And also, I'm going to do a Protect Your Peace retreat in 2022. And I cannot wait for that. Obviously, we'll be out in nature. Obviously, we'll have moments like this. And of course, that group will be small. But those are things that's going on right now that I'm about to start really paying attention to and doing. Something that's been on my bucket list. I will be doing random nature walks and runs in different cities called Rehab in the Wild. That would be totally free. And if I just come out there, so make sure you're a part of my text community. Dallas, Fort Worth, we will be doing one soon. So if you're in this area where I live at, pay attention, be a part of the text community. All right, because that's where I send out that information. So what questions do we got, y'all? Let me know what questions we got. Let me see. Let me bring somebody on here. Let's see who we got on here. Anybody want to ask a question? You know what I love too? This is random. I love when people send me pictures of them in nature. That is like the coolest thing to me. Like, I love when y'all all send me stuff that's something that's helped you. And I just saw this too, random. I'm just talking now, but I just saw on Spotify. Like, I don't even pay attention to Spotify. I just upload things. I haven't uploaded a track in a while. That's something I am working on too. But I just saw Your Life Isn't Over. It's almost at 2 million plays on Spotify. So I just know it's a beautiful, ugly thing, because it's beautiful that people are listening to that and helping them. But it's ugly to me. Not ugly, but it's bittersweet, because I know what Your Life Isn't Over is about. And that means a lot of people are struggling with that. And so I'm grateful that I created that. But I want to dive in deeper to help people, man. My mission is suicide prevention. My mission is to help people love themselves, period. My mission is for everybody. Men, women, dogs, cats, kids. I'm all over the place because I'm not a one-dimensional hero. I don't just say I'm a coach about this, I'm a coach about that. I want to really help people know their self-worth, and everybody in the world battles and struggles with that. And even more than ever, it's like millions of people battle depression daily. Don't know their worth. Don't feel like they're good enough. Don't feel like they're beautiful enough. Don't feel like they're talented enough. Everybody deals with that at some point in their life. So I'm very passionate, man, about creating it. I'm actually working on my new book. Right now, I can't tell you on the title, but just know it'll be around work. So that's in the works right now also. And I can't wait about that. Like, I'm about to go hard, y'all. Like, y'all gonna get tired of me. I'm going hard because I want to get this in everybody's freaking hands. Like, I want this, it's going to be, it's probably wrong to say this, but it's going to be the Bible of self-worth. That's what I want it to be. Like, when you pick up this, you know, yeah, I'm giving too much information. My bad. Let me look at y'all. Yeah, it'll be audible, all that. Of course I'm doing that. But let me see. What questions do we have, guys? Who wants to come on live? Who wants to ask me a question? I'm gonna bring somebody on right quick. I'm in the comments right now. So let me know if you want to ask me something, and make it quick, y'all. Have your question ready. I'm just gonna bring somebody on here. Maria, you go to bed. I'm not going to bed right now. Who has a question? Okay, I'm about to bring you on. Let me see. I saw her. Hold on.
Hi, Trent.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What's your name?
Crystal.
Crystal. How you doing, Crystal? Where you from?
Connecticut.
Awesome. Nice to meet you. What's your question, Crystal?
So I could ask you questions all night, but I guess the one that applies to what you're talking to tonight is, how do you let go of a person who won't let go of you?
Yeah. So can you give me some, well, I know what you mean. You don't have to give
So
me
I
more
have
context for it.
I have friends, I've faced this personally in my own life,
Mm-hmm.
where the relationship or the situationship isn't going anywhere. One person knows this, but one person wants to fight. One person
Yeah.
knows it's over, and the other person wants
Right.
to keep going, and they don't accept it. It's like, you ever see the meme? You ever had somebody try to break up with you that won't break up with you
Yeah.
back? So it's like you get caught up in that, and then before you know it, years pass, and then you're like, what am I doing?
Absolutely. So let me ask you this question because I love to ask questions. Is that person someone that you could control?
Someone that I can control, or
Yeah. Yeah, like hold on, my bad. But yeah, like fully control.
no?
Okay, right. So you can't control them. So you might can influence like whatever you want. You might can say whatever you want, but you can't control. So this is the truth. There's two things that you're always in control of: what you accept and what you give. So this is the acceptance piece. Like this person, and this is, guys, this is all, I know a lot of y'all deal with this. This could be a business partnership. This could be a relationship. This could be a friendship. Because some people don't want things to be over when they are over. Some people don't want to lose you, even though they already lost you, right? So they
Right.
do everything they can do to get you back. But you have to understand you're in control of what you accept. So you got to set boundaries. You got to set boundaries that don't budge. You got to set principles that you stand on that don't budge. And they might not like it, right? You might have to deal with, depending on the person, but you might got to deal with a lot, right? I've been in that situation just in business where it was done, but that person didn't want it to be done. So that person did anything, right? That person went through like the grieving phase, right? It's like
Mm,
begging to come back. Then it went from talking down on my name to all this other stuff. But you know what? I moved on with my life because that's only thing you can control is you. And I know it might be tough, it might be hard depending on how addicted the person is to you, right? And how um, obsessed they are with you. But you have to get to a point where going back is not an option, right? Giving your time and attention is not an option, especially in situations like that, because if you give that person attention, they take it a whole different way, right?
right.
Your attention, they might have different intentions for your intention. So attention. So they'll take that and run with that. And so you got to firmly cut it off, period. And until it gets to a place that maybe you can be cordial with the person at some point in your life. But if you keep that door open, if you keep that door cracked, they're gonna keep knocking or they're gonna walk through that door every time. So that door can't exist anymore. And so that would be my advice to you.
I think the problem is you know, we're in a small town and we share kids together, family. So like a lot of the people that are in this situation, it's
Mm-hmm.
like a co-parenting situation or
Okay, got you.
a friends within friend circle. So they may be a narcissist, but guess what? They're still friends with your family and everybody. They're going to be around regardless.
For
So
sure.
you can close that door, but the door is going to keep revolving. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. But not the door to your emotions. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what I
Right.
mean by that is, right. And I'm glad you explained. That's why I wanted to ask more context in your situation. So if you have kids with this person's a person that has to be around. I tell people this all the time, that when you can't change the situation, you have to change who you are towards the situation. And so you have to understand that. You have to know, I don't use the word war because that's the wrong word to use, but you got to know what this person is going to do, what this person is going to say, and you cannot let that affect you. You got to continue to be who you are. As hard as that is, trust me, I know it's easier said than done, but you got to be who you are regardless, and you got to stand on that. And I know that's tough, but that's your only option with that, right? So if you got to deal with this person, see this person, you have to change who you are towards the situation so the situation doesn't change you. Doesn't make you a person that you don't want to be, doesn't make you angry, doesn't make you your heart cold, doesn't bring you back to a situation that you know you don't deserve. You have to change who you are towards your situation and just understand who they are and what they're trying to do. Because understanding brings a lot. A lot of people don't take time to understand because when you understand, you don't take it personal.
Right. I mean,
So,
it's easy to forget the next funny thing or charming thing that they do, you know, and when you talk about repainting people, I mean, that's
mm-hmm.
spot on. We repaint them to who we want them to be
Yeah,
and tend to forget about the horrible thing they just did. So, it's not just me who's been in this situation. Like I said, it's a lot of people that are close to me, and it's like I can give advice till I'm blue in the face, like, oh,
yeah,
go get a restraining order, or oh, do this, or oh, whatever. But it's not that simple when there's kids involved, and it's really hard.
absolutely.
Like, it's a really hard situation to be in, and I was just wondering if you had some topics because like letting go is one thing. Like I have no problem letting go with people,
Mm-hmm.
but some people do. They don't want to see it finish. So it hurts me
And
to let go, but once I'm done, I'm done, is what I'm trying to say. Once I'm mentally checked out, I'm gone. It's not coming back. And if they're like,
can I tell you this right quick?
mhm.
Um, this is what I want to tell you this too. Like, I don't know where you're at in your faith walk, but you know, I'm a firm believer in God, and
Mhm.
God can change situations that no advice could be given to you, right? That could change. And so I'm often praying. So when I know I got to deal with people that I don't want to deal with, I'm often praying for God to, you know, soften their heart, for God to renew their mind, for God to make
Mhm.
a change. Because, like you said, man, at the end of the day, I'm not saying people can't change. People can, right? I've seen people that's done you know, I haven't been an angel my whole entire life. People can change and
Mhm.
people can progress, but they got to want to make that change. And so I just want to tell you that too. Like all the advice I gave tonight, but I definitely would tell you, you know, to pray for that person because you have children with him, you know,
Mhm.
and that's the father of your children, and your children need a good father. You know what I'm saying? Your children need it. And so
Right.
I'm gonna be praying for you, and I just want to tell you to keep praying for him, even if you know you can't be with him, but you know your children are gonna be influenced by him.
Thank you, Trent.
I
Be
appreciate you.
well.
All right,
Mhm.
take care.
You too. Bye.
Let me see.
We
Here
could
we
out of
go.
this thing.
I got you. Hey, what up, y'all? That was a great questions, man. And like I tell everybody, I don't have all the answers to everything. You know, there's some situations I haven't been in, but there's situations that I have been around. And I just want to repeat those words, like, because that's something that's really helped me in different scenarios in my life is if I can't change the situation, I got to change who I am in the situation. Right. And what that means is that, you know, I got to do the hard work on myself to And trust me, it's easier said than done. But I got to do the hard work on myself um, to put myself in such a good place that someone else's bitterness doesn't make me bitter, right? Someone else's pain doesn't become my pain. And to the place where I can actually pray for that person, genuinely want the best for that person or that situation or that environment or that company, right? Whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, man, like it's tough. It's not just an advice answer. You know, sometimes it's a journey that you got to go on and you got to think about. You got to think about yourself. You got to think about, especially if you have kids in a situation. You got to think about your kids, and it's a lot, man. It's a lot. So I'm just praying for everybody that's dealing with stuff like that tonight. Because if you don't change who you are in that situation will change you. Hold on. Yeah, Flo. It was about, see Flo on here. Yeah, it was about that, bro. It was about, the question was, y'all that joined in, dang, I forgot the young lady's name. I'm sorry. Charged to my mind and my heart. Um, you know, she wants to let go of a relationship, past relationship, but that person doesn't want to let go. And I was telling her, you know, you just got to cut everything off. But I found out that she had kids with this person, so you can't just do that. So she's in a place where she's still having to see this person. It's a small town. She has to deal with this person. She has to run into this person. And so yeah, that was the scenario. Who else we got? I'll take one more and I gotta go to sleep. Maria on here talking about go to bed. Oh my, oh, here you go. You want to come on live? I'm about to bring you on here. All right. Wildflower, you got a question. Who got a, and listen, I'm not a relationship, like, let me tell you, I'm not a relationship coach, guys. I know I don't have all the answers. Like, so I know there's a lot of relationship gurus on Instagram. I am not that. I be hating when people put me in that category. I be like, that ain't me. I'm a self-work guy. That's what I am. I'm the guy that wants to talk about your relationship with everything in your life. I'm not the coach. So you might want to take some of the questions to the coach. Wildflower 8604, I'm about to bring you on. All right, this is the last one of the night, and I gotta go to sleep. Hello.
Hey,
How you doing? What's your name?
my name is Vanessa.
What up, Vanessa? Where you from?
I am from Emporia, Kansas.
Kansas.
I am. Yep.
Does Dorothy live there still?
Not last time I checked.
Okay. What's up, man?
Yeah.
What's your question?
So, just like a brief summary, because it's a long story, but I was chronically ill for about 12 years with an undiagnosed brain tumor. And I've been married to my husband now for almost 3. And we just like realized over the last year that I, needed this out. And his family, my husband's family, has just been so unsupportive and just basically not understanding. And it hurts me that they're like that to me, but it hurts more that they do it like to him and they don't realize the pain that they cause him. And I'm trying to let go of that, but it's just so hard.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if there was anything that you could tell me to help me, because
Right.
I don't want to completely remove myself, but I mean, if I have to, then I have to.
And so with and so just to hear you, Claire, first of all, I'm proud of you, and you're so strong. And to come on here and share your heart is such an honorable thing to do, and I'm proud of you, a brave thing to do, should I say, have and so much courage. Um, so with your I'm sure your in-laws, right? So they're not supportive, and then you said with your husband, can you say that part again? They're not supportive towards obviously both of y'all, or what's that again?
Right. Yeah. So like the last year, like in October of this last year, I had a surgery, and the surgeon basically said, there's nothing more I can do for you. And actually,
Right.
you kind of inspired me to like seek out further help, because I saw one of your talks and you're saying, like failure's not an option. You deserve great things. And I'm like, okay, like I gotta fucking excuse my language, stand up for
You're all right.
myself, like I have to make sure that there's not something else that I can do to make my life better, and so we went on that journey, and I actually ended up having to go all the way to South Carolina. And like financially, his father helped, and his father loves me, but his mother and sisters, they have never even like tried to be supportive emotionally. They never called to like check up and see how he was doing, even seeing how
Right.
he was going through that, because I wasn't able to work or anything. And you know, they go and try to say, well, we don't want to put you in the middle of it. But then instead of coming to me when they have an issue or they don't understand, they go
Yeah.
to him, so then he gets put in the middle, and that hurts him even more. And so, yeah, it's just, it's been really difficult, especially because I just had my surgery like 4 weeks
Yeah.
ago. And all this has come to a head, and I'm just at that point where I'm like, enough's enough. Like I can't allow you to keep causing me this emotional pain. I'm getting over a really rough, rocky road that I've been through, and I don't deserve this, and neither does he. And so trying to balance that, because there's nieces and nephews that we still want to see, um and it's really difficult.
Yeah. I can only imagine how difficult that is, when you're not being supported by those that you think that would support you, or if the tables would turn, you would be supporting them and being there for them. And I'm sure you've done a lot and tried. And
Right,
it's always hurtful when we don't receive what we give a lot of times. And
right.
there's a lot of people in this live, I'm sure, struggle with that. And I just want you to tell you this, like, make sure you look at these comments, because there's so many prayers and so many people like encouraging you right now that I just want to make sure you see that. And thank you all for doing that. But it's like what I said earlier. And your name's Vanessa, right?
Yes. Yep.
It's like what I said earlier, Vanessa. It's about understanding, and this is, we don't have time to talk about on this live today, but I would be curious to understand those that aren't giving you the support, right?
Right.
Because I know this is true. I know that when you're in a good place, when you're a happy place, when you're in a fulfilled place as a person,
Right.
that isn't something that you do, right?
Right.
When you're in a hurt place, and especially when you haven't done anything to them to deserve that,
Right.
I'm just curious on how they were raised and what they've been around, their situation in their life. And you don't have to go into that tonight, but I
Right.
say that because when you understand that, it doesn't make their behavior right, but you
Right.
understand that, man, they don't even have support to give because they're not giving it to themselves. They don't even have love to give because they're not giving it to themselves. And it doesn't make it easier, but
Right.
it makes it a little bit better to understand that situation. And you don't take it as personal, and I
Right.
just want to tell you that, because when I talk about self-worth, the main thing that I get, there's a war between the internal versus the external. What I mean by that is how we feel. And you're the perfect example. We all deal with it on a daily
Right.
basis, a weekly basis, a monthly basis. It's a war. And oftentimes, probably 99.9% of times, how we feel is usually a result of something external, something that
Right.
we can't control, right? You can't control them, even though you want to, even though you don't understand, even though it doesn't make sense, you can't control them. And so my question to you is, what can you control? And let's just talk about that, because we can talk about them all day long, but that doesn't mean they're going to change. But what
Right.
can you control right now, and perspective wise, to make your perspective your power in this moment, in your situation, when you're feeling down, when you're feeling sad? What's something that you can go to that will fuel your spirit and make you be like, man, you know what? It's sad that they're not, but I'm going to still move forward with my life. Like, what's something that you can hold on to?
Continuing to get better every day, taking better care of myself. I've been inactive for so long because of my physical limitations.
Yeah.
also focusing on my son because he's been through a lot. He's 15, going on 25, and
For sure.
so I have control over that. And as being a parent yourself, you know how rewarding it is, no matter what age they are. And so I have control over that, and then I also have control over how I react to how they treat me. So
Absolutely. You do have control over that. And it's not going to be easy, but when you have that mindset and you put that perspective in your power and you construct things that really serve your life, it puts you in a better place.
right,
And the more you're in a better place because you're healing and you need to be in a better place, dealing with what you're dealing with, you need to be in the best place possible, mentally, spiritually, and physically.
right,
And don't let toxic things, and I know it's easier said than done, but don't allow these things to poison you when you're in a place of healing, you're in a place of growing. And just
right,
continue to pray for them. And I just continue to be that light. Make sure you're the example of love, light, peace, support, all these things when they see you. And hopefully
right.
one day you'll rub off on them and things will change.
Well, and I think that's like the hardest thing for my husband because I'm told all the time that I'm a good person just because of all the things I've been through.
Yeah.
And I still try to help people the best I can. He goes, I just wish they saw how good of a person you were. I said, well, maybe one day they will. But it takes time. And I also had to, like what you say about acceptance, and accepting that
Yeah.
maybe they won't, and that has nothing to do with me. So
Yeah. Just keep as an individual, you're only in control of the seeds that you plant. Right? We
exactly.
can't water those seeds for other people. We can't create the harvest in their life, but we can plant the seeds. And so you just keep planting those seeds as well as giving that love and light to yourself, and just trust that, hopefully those seeds will flourish in their life at some point, and they'll open up and see what they've been blind to.
Well, thank you so much.
All
I
right.
appreciate you taking the time to talk with me.
I appreciate you, Vanessa. All right. Keep making the world respect your greatness. All right. And we're proud of
All
you.
right. All right. Thank you. Good
Take
night.
care. All right, y'all. Thank you for y'all that joined in tonight. Thank you for the comments, man. For the love y'all showing Vanessa and the other young lady that was on earlier. And just the support that y'all always give is totally incredible and beautiful, just to see a community supporting each other, man. Like with all this crazy stuff going in the world, all this separation in the world, anytime I come live, I'm always in the comments and I'm seeing so much love and support. That's why I told Vanessa to look down. Look down. Vanessa, if you're watching this, go back while you were talking, go read the comments, because it's such great advice, such great wisdom from not me, myself, but from everybody else in here also. And so, yeah, man, I just hope tonight helped you in some way. I also want to say this, impact is something that you can never measure. You never know how you're influencing people. You never know how you're helping change people, keyword helping change people, their mindset, their perspective. And so sometimes it feels like, you're not making any progression in anything. But I just tell you to keep planting those seeds, keep protecting your soul, keep protecting your peace, keep protecting your life, and keep protecting your mind, because those things are important in your life as you move forward through this life. Because, when we allow emotional poisons, right, in our life, and we allow those things to overtake our life, then we end up becoming toxic to ourselves. And that's when we look in the mirror and we do things we shouldn't do, and we treat ourselves the way we shouldn't treat ourselves. We don't take care of our bodies the way we should, and we just kind of just live life whatever. It's because of the things that we allow to let in. That's why I'm very big on understanding that there's a war between your internal versus your external. And the only thing that you can control is your internal. But the thing is, we allow a lot of things we can't control to control us. We allow how people feel about us, right, to control how we feel about ourselves. We allow what people say about us on Instagram in the comments to control our self-esteem. And we become puppets to these things. And that's why I always tell y'all, man, y'all got to cut the strings off of these things. And it's not about being selfish. It's about giving it to yourself. Because if you're dependent on things outside of you to fulfill you, then you'll never be fulfilled. It's just, that's how it works. And so, yeah, I just hope y'all go on a journey tonight of releasing and getting closer to understanding who you are, understanding what matters in your life, understanding who matters in your life, and living your life around three things. And those three things for me, like, have your own. But those three things for me is peace. I live my life around peace. I want to have peace. I live my life around connection. I want to have connection, right? Connection is power. I want to have the right connections in my life. And I don't have the right connection, I'm going to pull the damn plug. I want to have the right connections in my life and energy, right? I want to have the right energy in my life. I want to be energized. I want to be vibrant. I want to be happy. I want to be alive. And I know how important that is. With me going through this last year, I feel like I lost my peace, my energy, my connection, this summer, and I lost myself. And so I had to really construct my life around those three things I could control. So what are three things that's in your control? There's a lot of things we can't control. We can't control how people treat us, how people show up for us, how people support us. We can't control that. We can hope for it. We can influence it. We can pray for it. We can ask for it, but we can't control it. But if you can focus on those three things, I believe you will live a lot better life. If you can say, man, okay, what can I control in my life to give me peace? Okay, is it like Trent? Is it going out in nature? Is it sitting in a sauna? Is it with some light therapy? Is it reading my Bible? Is it meditating? Is it just being still? Is it just getting to a place, whatever? Then you can say, okay, how can I create energy in my life? What's the energy that I need that fuels me up? How can I give myself that? How can I be intentional with creating the energy that I need? And then how can I be intentional with creating the connection that I need? How can you create connection? And I'm going to tell y'all this as I get off of here. One of the best ways that I create connection is coming on here, because I'm instantly connected back to my purpose when I come on here and go live and I read these comments. When I come on here and I'm engaging with y'all, y'all give me feedback. And so this is one of my ways that I connect, with my purpose, and I connect what truly matters to me. And I connect with my clarity. So I want to thank y'all for that. I want to thank you. How do you create connection, guys? Connection is power. You're already connected to a lot of things. That's another live. Okay. That'll take forever, but I will answer this question. How do you create connection? Think about this. Okay. How does anything in this world create connection? It's plugged into something, right? And that energy is transferred. So you create connection by plugging into something. That's how you create connection. So if it's plugging into your soul, plugging into God, plugging into your friends, plugging into your purpose, plugging in whatever. And there's different ways you plug into different things, and you ask, man, okay, hold on. I got to go in for this. And I will be going to sleep in a minute. But I geek out about this stuff. This is stuff that I teach, and the self-work method has all of this, and I love it because it's so life-changing and it's so simple. So if you think about when your life is feeling drained, right? When you feel unease, like you take slipping my name, the lady I was just on here, her name is slipping me, but she's plugged into her in-laws right now. That's what she's plugged into, and rightfully so, right? None of us are immune to not plug into things, but that's what she's plugged into. That's the connection, and that connection is a bad connection. That connection is transferring negative energy into her life. Until she unplugs from that connection and plugs into something else that's positive, that negative energy is going to power her life. So what you're connected to powers you. So you got to be intentional. The word intentional will change your life, because if you're not intentional with your life, you're being unintentional with your life. And if you're being unintentional with your life, you're not leading life. Life is leading you. And so you're living life by chance and not by choice. If you're living life by chance, then you're leaving up everything to chance, right? When you live life by choice, not saying we're always in full control, but there's certain things that we can control, right? We can control what we give and what we accept. And so I'm always thinking about what can create the power that I need in my life. And that changes day to day. But tonight it was y'all. Like, I needed the power from you guys. So I plugged in to Instagram Live, Facebook tonight, and I got some power that I needed. And so to the person that asked that question, how do you create connection in your life? Right? You give your undivided attention to whatever it is. You be intentional. And then you just ask yourself, what's the connection, the power that I need for my life, and what I'm trying to do, where I'm trying to go, or just how I'm trying to feel today. So I just want to share that with y'all. And it's something that's so simple that most people don't do, because most people literally are connected to the wrong things. and the wrong people, and they wonder why their life feels like the way it feels. So just think about that, y'all. I hope that helped a bit. We'll dive into that more later. Peace out. I love y'all. Thank you so much. Y'all go to sleep. Sleep, get some rest. And I pray God floods your heart with peace. I pray God floods your heart with comfort tonight. Yeah, let me end out with a prayer, man. Dear God, thank you for allowing us to fellowship tonight. Thank you for allowing us to just connect with each other tonight. I pray I decreased, and I pray the spirit of you increased. I pray the words that I said led somebody closer to you and not to me, because we should follow you, because we know man will fail. We know man will let us down, but you will never fail. You will always prevail in what you do. Lord, we honor you. We appreciate you. Even though we don't know what you're doing at times, we trust what you're doing, because we know that the plan that you have for our life is the ultimate plan. The plan that you have for our life is not to punish us. It's to protect us. It's not to bring us pain. It's actually to persevere us and bring us strength and bring us courage. But we have to be able to honor you and trust you. Even when we don't understand the path, we have to understand that the purpose of the path is perfect for our life, Lord. I pray that you flood every life with peace, every life with comfort, every life with joy. And I pray you remove the things that are keeping us from sleeping but not resting, that are keeping us, our mind awake even when our eyes are closed. I pray that you move the worry, the doubt, because you tell us in scripture that who can add a single hour to his life with worry? So we ask that you remove that, because you don't give us a spirit of that nor a spirit of fear. And we ask that you instill faith and make us have a faithful life. Because when we have a life full of faith in our life is incredible. Lord, thank you. We honor you. We appreciate you. Amen. All right, y'all. Peace out. Have a good night.